Well, hello everybody. What are you sewing lately? Well, for me, I'm doing patchwork. Patchwork, yes. You know, you take scraps of fabric and you make fabric out of it. Quilters love doing that. They love taking pieces of fabric, sewing it together, and making different things out of it. And this is no different in the leather world also. But what I have here is vinyl and faux leather. And I'm making some fabric for a vegan bag, for a luxury vegan bag. I have some clients that like vegan bags, and once in a while I will make new vegan bags, and they like that. So sewing them together. Oh, you probably want to see what they are, right? All right, let me show you. So, okay, so these are all the different color patches that I cut. This is from a sample book of upholstery. For years, I've had upholstery samples. When I travel and taught sewing on the road, we would order vinyl, and I would get them from a supplier, and the supplier would send me, you know, all these books, and I cut all these. I took the books apart, and well, hang on, let me show you some more. I took all the books apart, and I cut down the material to make for fabric. See that? All these different fabrics, and this is crazy patching. Nothing. It's mix and match. Nothing. Actually, you know, most of it's not even going to match, but that's the whole idea of crazy patching. Really cool. Got some nice leather vinyl in here. Look at that. Beautiful stuff in here. A lot of this is 15 years old. This was in a book that's 15 years old. So I cut those down, and then I cut all of these down. These were in a different book. Because you have to cut off the paper that's on the back, and then the other side has the staple mark, so you cut all that off, and you just cut them and make them even. See how even they are when I cut them? I cut them all. I don't have a big cutting machine. I have to do all these in just a few at a time with a rotary cutter and my ruler. And then I'm going to sew these together. Now here's some I started earlier. This was ultra hide. Oh my god. If you didn't know this was faux leather, you'd swear it was real leather. This is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's called ultra hide. So, you know, I sew them together like that, 2 at a time, and then you take the 2 at a time and you start building, and you add 4 at a time then. Say, like a 4 patch. Then you take that 4 patch and then you lay your pattern out to see how wide you need these, and then you start building from there, and this next one will go here, and you just keep building. These make beautiful, you know, if you know people who work at furniture stores, you know, they every time they get a new book in of new samples, they get rid of the old ones. So I know a lot of sewers who know people who work at fabric stores, and they get a ton of these. They don't know what to do with them. Well, just start making patches, you know, and use this as your fabric when you're making handbags. They make great bags, and then they're very sturdy, and you can put a backing behind them. But yeah. And your home sewing machine can sew these very easily. Very easily. So you just randomly grab a couple. There's no order. Like, look here. I'm putting these two together because you don't have any that are really going to match. And that's the cool part about it. Is you just sew random 2 pieces together. And after the 2 pieces, then you randomly sew 4 pieces together. You just keep building and building and building. Isn't that cool? If you ever use upholstery samples to make things, please post in a comment and let everybody know. But never waste any material. I don't care how small it is. Like I said, look how small these are. And like this right here, okay? And when I do these, same thing. You're going to lay them out 2 at a time. Then you take another 2 at a time here, and you're going to build, and then it's a 4 patch, you see? Then from a 4 patch, it grows to a 6 patch, and so on. And then when you have got you build it big enough for your pattern piece of whatever you're making. and then you cut it out and you have pattern. You have a pattern in your piece to make whatever you're making. And like I said, these are great for bags. These are great to make bags. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing and talk to you about this, because with everything that costs so much money today, now I have all kinds of clients from all different levels of income, and my clients I have clients that love high-end handbags, and they buy my luxury leather handbags. I have clients that love handbags, but they cannot afford like a luxury, real expensive luxury brand, and I make smaller bags that they like and they afford and they buy. And then I do produce some vegan bags for clients that want, and the vegan bags, they're pricey because I make them, and they're made so well. They're not custom made, but they're made by me, and they're constructed very well, and they're not on a factory floor. They're not done on like an assembly line in China. And clients love the fact that they're getting something made in America. So, what you do, you sew, and if you do sew, you have a talent. You have a skill, and not everybody can run and operate a sewing machine or sew. In fact, I want to talk to you about something. One of my friends said, "Oh, she belongs to this group, and they get involved in the parades and stuff like that, and it's a big social thing. And they have these ladies that they hire to make costumes for them and stuff. And she wanted to know if I'd be interested in taking on one of those jobs, because one of the ladies that's doing the work now is retiring. So she said, look at the dress that she made me. They sent me to her to have a dress made. So I looked at it. It was a costume type dress, like a Grecian toga type thing. Very nicely done. A lot of pleating. She had to measure her, so it was custom made. Custom made. I said, how much did she charge you? She goes, oh, this was $90. This is $90 for everything? She goes, yeah. I said, let me get this straight. You went to her, she measured you, she had to custom make a pattern and sew this for you, all for $90. I said, where did she get the fabric? Did she steal the fabric? I said, because that's almost how much fabric cost for such a large dress like that. And I said, who are these women that are giving themselves away for free? I said, that's ridiculous. And she says, so I take it you don't want the job? I said, are you kidding me? I said, in our industry, as I teach my students, you don't charge anything less than $50 an hour. Figure out how many hours it's going to take you to make something, and the labor rate is $50 an hour. And that includes the time that you have to measure that person, you have to cut the pattern, all that stuff, and then take the supplies that you use and that you have to buy times 3. Because if you get so busy you need to hire somebody to work for you, you're not going to get paid if you give them everything that you're making. So you have to do no less than $50 an hour and figure out the hours and quote them that. I said, there is no way that woman made any money making that dress for $90. And that fabric must have been stolen, I swear. I said, and who's paying her light bill? Is she married and have a husband that covers the bills? I said, you know how many young people are out there that graduated from fashion design school that would love jobs like that? But you guys don't want to pay. That's ridiculous. And she goes, okay, I take it you don't want the job. I said, no, I'm not taking a job like that. Are you kidding me? I said, I would be paying you guys. You wouldn't be paying me. And she finally understood, and she goes, I never thought of it that way. I said, no. I said, so that woman obviously is not doing it for a living, and you guys have just been looking for these housewives that just want something to do, because that's more of a donation of what she's doing, not as a professional business. So my talk to you guys out there is stop charging like a housewife and start charging like a professional business that you're running. And do the quality work of a professional business as well. because your quality of your work will command the value of what you need to survive. Now, as I tell you in every video, I have to do a little preaching. And you have to definitely, you know, when I used to teach sewing across the country, I gave them my day rate, my travel expenses, and everything. And this one dealer says, "Oh, we only pay a teacher $50 an hour." I said, or $50 a day to come in and teach. I'm like, yeah, that's not what I do. I said, I authored a book. It went #1. I've been on television shows. I do everything myself. I run a business. I said this and that. I said, I don't have anyone that pays my electric bill for me. I said, I'm not somebody's housewife just doing this to get out of the house. I said, this is my business. You guys want me to come and help you sell sewing machines. Should I ask for commission too, or you just want to pay my day rate? Well, once I said that, and they saw the popularity of what I was doing, they paid my day rate. I came in, I sold a lot of machines for these people, and they were very happy. Very happy. And yeah, and then the industry changed. The housing market crashed and all that stuff, and YouTube took over. YouTube, like you're watching me right now, took over, and people started doing more watching from home a lot. And then you know what happened after that with COVID and stuff, and people started working from home. But the industry, everything's starting to bounce back again. It's slowly starting to bounce back, you know. People are getting tired of staying home. You know, even those working from home are realizing, oh my God, I'm depressed. I got so fat. I need to get out. I need to get out. I need to do something. So, okay, so now see what I do here is I would split this open in the back, and I would sew a seam on each side. I'll show you. I'd sew a seam on each side and give it that professional leather look. See that? Isn't that nice? Anyway, I thought I would do a little video to give you guys a little inspiration, a little chat about self-worth in this industry and what you're in it for. Is this just your craft? Or do you want to make money off of it? Is this a serious profession you want? You know, what is it? Treat it the way you want it. But don't take away that professional pay for somebody else who's trying to make a living. You understand? Like that lady who's charging only $90 to make a dress. I'm like, wait a minute. There are people that went to school and have a $50,000 student loan to pay, but some housewife decide, oh, I'm going to take that job away from that person. And it's like, what? And she's not even valuing herself. She's really degrading the woman as a sewing worker. She's degrading her value. That's what I'm saying. Because when I heard all that, I'm like, she's degrading herself and her female associates for not charging what this craft is worth. So I wanted to share that with all you guys and get your feedback from that. So comment below on that subject, and you tell me what you think too. How would you pay your electric bill? How would you buy that fabric? How would you buy the thread, the needles, the zipper? You know, that dress I saw took at least 6 yards of fabric. And hello, the average cost of a yard of fabric today for something luxurious like that is like $20 or more a yard. So I don't, you know, it's all up to you. Isn't that pretty? Wouldn't that be pretty together? I just randomly picked it. Wouldn't that be pretty together? And then we put it all together. So anyway, yeah, just want to get in touch with you guys and talk to you. So make your comments below. Tell me what you feel about what I just said and what people like that woman are doing. And taking jobs away from people who have college education. And like there's this guy on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, is always saying people need to be skilled if they want to make more money. Well, you know what? Those people go to college, they got $100,000, $50,000 student loans, and what do you got? You got somebody else trying to steal that business away by giving their work away for free because the other person isn't the main breadwinner in their house. They have a partner that's paying all the electric bill, the mortgage, and everything. So where do you how do you say, oh, well, if you want to get ahead in the world, you need a college education? I know people who know how to do website work, and they never went to college for website. They're just smart enough to have learned on their own. So they started their own businesses to create their own business doing website work. Now you got this other person that's doing website work that has a $100,000 student loan because they went to school to learn how to do that. They're trying to start their own business, and they're competing with the person who doesn't have that student loan. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily true that if you want to get ahead in life, you have to go to college. You just have to be really skilled at what you do and be really good at what you do, you know, and want, you know, have a knowledge of what you do and be good at it. So, all right, like I said, comment below, tell me your feelings on all this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.